Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It is Monday, September 21st, 2020, and you're listening to episode 85 of the Can I Say Something podcast. I'm your host and a regular for the Juicy Caboose, Damien. Joining me today is everyone's favorite chocolate diet Philistine.
Hey.
And today we got a loosey-goosey, super casual podcast today.
So casual. I don't give a fuck.
So casual. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, neither. Do some what's been watching, talk about some trailers, talk about poopies. It's going to be a wild, wild show. I've been up for almost 30 hours. So,
he's seeing
this could be
things.
This could be either the best show ever or the worst show ever. Either one.
I'm going to try to mess with you.
Yeah. Play that clip they do on Twitch where it's like that knocking on the right side and the left side. Oh, fuck.
It's me, Goku.
It's Goku. So, for everyone listening,
can I say something? It's
topics.
Been...
Yeah, exactly. For those listening,
you just fell asleep right there. Sorry, go ahead.
Those listening, our topics might be a little dated, considering the internet moves at light speed. As something that was a newsworthy yesterday is completely forgotten the next day. So, forgive us if our news topics are a little out there.
Yeah, if it was a person, you could probably have a relationship with it now.
Yeah, exactly. Our topics could drink right now if they were a person.
Yes.
Yep. So first up, the Oscars announced that there is a requirement for eligibility for there to be nominated for Best Picture. Their major main points here are A, B, and C, I believe.
Must be a movie.
It must be a movie. It must be. Yeah, it must star certain people. It must be a certain length of time. Cannot have Adam Driver. I think. What would your requirements be? Yeah, what would your requirements be to be nominated for Best Picture?
Oh,
who
certainly.
Who could it not have in it?
It can't have Adam Driver. Absolutely cannot.
Timothée Chalamet. What's your thoughts on him?
Listen, if he could,
right now?
if he could start acting like a good role, I'll allow him in there. But until I see that happen, I think he's out. He's out. See, only comedies. I'm talking like Adam Sandler comedies. You know what I'm saying? Not like that fake funny stuff. Like if I made Office a movie or something. I'm talking like real fart jokes. I want fart jokes. Yep. I want pantsing. When they come behind. I want baggy shorts. Like I just give me back to the 90s or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know when were they good.
You nominate like stuff like Melissa McCarthy type movies.
Yeah.
You'd nominate a Deadpool 202.
Deadpool's winning. Deadpool's sweeping.
Yes, exactly.
The only time Deadpool loses is if it was losing to Deadpool 2.
Yeah. The last time we had a back-to-back sequels was The Godfather and Godfather 2 winning Best Picture. So you're saying the next time that happens, it should have been Deadpool 1 to Deadpool 2.
Yeah. Masterful works of art. I'll fight anyone who disagrees.
Absolutely. I will not fight you on that. I would never. So the actual Academy requirements to be nominated for Best Picture in 2023. This isn't next year or the year after. This is actually starting with the 2024 Oscars. So a movie coming out in 2023 must follow these requirements. A leading or significant supporting actor must be from one of the following categories: Asian, Hispanic, Black, Indigenous, Middle Eastern, Native Hawaiian, or Pacific Islander, or another underrepresented race or ethnicity. The general ensemble cast must have at least 30% of all actors in secondary or more minor roles from at least two of the following underrepresented groups: women, racial or ethnic groups, LGBTQ+, or people with cognitive or physical disabilities, or who are deaf or hard of hearing. So the person, the actor, has to be that. Like if it can't be a situation where you have a hearing abled actor playing a deaf person, right? That doesn't count, right? By their definition.
I was gonna say, does it? I mean, can we do like Johnny Depp's and Gilbert Grape and stuff like that? That's out.
Right. I think that might be out. I can't. Something like was it Pacino? I think played a blind guy. I think there was Val Kilmer might have played a blind guy at one point. So you've had people
like Rain Man.
Yeah. Rain Man, I think is out. We can't be doing that anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be
we're
weird.
actually going to see more people with physical, mental, you know what I'm trying to say.
Disabilities.
Yeah, disability. That's what
impairments.
So they're gonna. I don't know what the market is. I mean, not the market. What's the pool to pull from? Like,
yeah, exactly.
How many actors do you think are running around like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least 30% of all actors in secondary or minor roles. This isn't even primary actors. This isn't, it's not. It could be background people. It could be anything. So there's ways they could probably skirt around that. So yeah, I don't know. There's not exactly. You're right. There's not a huge pool to pull from, and that's part of the problem. Even when you're just talking about, black actors or Hispanic actors, it's such a small pool, and you have to look at it from the perspective of the arts in like middle school and high school, especially in inner city schools, are not supported at all. The arts programs are always those first programs in schools to be cut. It's always like, our budget's cut. Now, what's the first thing to go? It's always the arts. It's always drama. It's always acting. It's always that type of thing. So volleyball, exactly. Yeah. But
that is a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Huh.
Go ahead.
Interesting. No. Just you are right that those are the first programs to be cut. I never actually considered the impact that would actually have a lot. You don't just find somebody on the street like, wow, you can act, dude. Be in this movie. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's going to change much, like for the schools and everything. But it would be nice to see more people instead of just like the same ones over and over again. I'm not against seeing more fresh faces in Hollywood.
Yeah. They so this guy that posted this, Kyle Buchanan, was saying how standard B so moving forward a little bit, they're talking about the creative leadership and saying how that has to have a more diverse makeup. Just the casting director, cinematographer, makeup artist, things like that. So that's he's saying it's an easily achieved feat. It's easily gotten over hurdle because there are mostly, he says, most movies clear standard B easily since jobs like costume design, hair and makeup, and casting are often filled by women anyways. Let's see. He says, I've seen a lot of people saying there goes The Irishman and Marriage Story. The thing is, as near as I can tell, both those movies would still qualify. At least each had at least 2 female department heads, and the Netflix marketing team is pretty diverse. So let's see. Standards A and C would have the most impact indeed, and their roles everyone will be talking about. But if most Oscar contenders sail easily through standards B and D, the casting director and things like that, less may change than we think, he says. So, yeah.
Can there be exceptions? I mean, obviously any movie that's being made is somebody's creative idea. So like we're saying, like the director has to like pick X amount of women, X amount of black people, Asians to be in the movie. Like,
yeah.
Or what if it's like, or say that?
Yeah, I think that is how it would be.
But what if it's like a movie like in a set location? Like say, I don't know, say they made a live action. Well, is this just? I don't really, because I want to say, like, say if they made a live action, well, Mulan, for instance.
Yeah.
Obviously, almost everybody in it is Asian.
Right.
But like, let's say if somebody had the idea that's like, well, this movie takes place in a certain setting. I want white people. Like, do they have to like change their vision because they have to include other people in there? Or it works other ways. Like, I don't know, like if you made a movie like focusing on people in like, I don't know, China, South Africa, do you have to like, And it doesn't get reversed like, oh, we got to have some white people in there. Does that work?
No.
Is that how it works, or is it just?
No, I think it's saying so at least one of the lead actors or supporting actors is from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. So I think no matter where it takes place, I think they just want any of those underrepresented groups in there.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I wonder, is it being met with resistance, or is everybody on board with it?
I haven't really digged into the reception very much, but I think it's one of those things that is so far off. And like the guy was saying, it's easily gotten over hurdles. It's easily achievable goals. It's nothing like that's it. It's just very easily achieved goals. And it's 3 years away. They've got, even a more of a buffer to get ready for it with, coronavirus delaying all these movies coming out. So all these, writers and directors and everyone that are basically standing still right now can either write something from scratch, from the ground up, with these new guidelines in mind, or they can have plenty of time to adjust already established screenplays. So
interesting. I wonder when we're gonna hear something like, "Oh, you're stifling my creative, creative vision." Ah.
Right. Yeah. Well, sorry. I guess.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with. Hey, whatever. Hollywood needs a kick in the ass anyway. So yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah. Let's skip over this. What we've been watching. I want to get to that later. So Dune trailer debuted about 2 weeks ago. I want to say. Let me see. What's the date on this guy? September 9th.
Ago.
September 9th it came out. What is you saw this trailer, correct?
Yeah.
What is your impression of the Dune trailer?
It looked
it looked
fine. I mean, I'm not interested. I mean, I'm going to have to see it now because Timothée Chalamet is in it.
Yep.
But yeah. I was a little put off by Jason Momoa not having a beard.
Right.
That upset me greatly. Bautista? Is he in this? Dave Bautista?
Yeah. Yes, he is. David Bautista.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the cast seems pretty good, and it looked pretty good. So
huge. Yeah.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
Huge cast.
I mean, what else am I going to watch right now?
Yeah, exactly. These are one of the movies that I got my TV for. Spoiler alert! I just got a 55-inch TCL 6 series, a 4K, all the bells and whistles television. It's on my floor right now because I put it there. Because this good guy came over and helped me set it up a little bit just to get it out of the box. Needed a hand there because it was so
I was ready to put it on your wall.
Yeah.
It wasn't set up, I guess.
not quite set up. I'm not a handyman when it comes to that kind of shit. I was
going to offer, but you got the Home Depot guy coming.
Yeah, I got a guy coming.
So I figured I didn't know if you had to like cancel fees or anything. So I was like, all right, well, you got your buddy coming over. He'll take care of it for you.
Yeah,
and that way it's not on me when it falls down.
Exactly. This thing is
man, you see those wall mount things, and they're sketchy, dude. They're sketchy. I wall mounted my TV not that long ago, and it's just every day I'm just waiting for it to just fall, shatter.
Yeah.
Kill me while I'm walking by.
It is glorious. And speaking of why I got the TV, it's one of these reasons why. It was because Dune is possibly coming out, on VOD at some point. They keep delaying all this shit, but then at the end of the day, they got to get it out. So they put Mulan out on VOD. They're eventually just going to put out many other things on VOD because they can't release anything here in the U.S. And the U.S. is the minority, I would say, of the world. We were talking about this last time about how much the U.S. puts in to the hopper as far as money making movies, the larger worldwide money making process, right?
Right.
But it's a certain amount. So I think the fact that theaters can't open here and haven't opened here and probably won't open here for a very long time will probably make it so a lot of these movies are going to come out in VOD, which is why I got this beast-ass TV to my left here. So, yep. What do you miss going to the theater a lot or not so much?
I haven't really thought about it. Now that I'm seeing all this stuff coming out, I don't think I miss it that much. I always thought the theater was very overpriced anyways.
Sure.
So sure. It was just more like something I did with friends.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, you kind of miss it when it's gone, when you don't have that option. So
right.
I'm kind of looking forward for it to be open again, just for maybe check one out and be like, all right, I wasn't really missing much, but
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. You probably are. You were there every other week.
I really was. Yeah, I like the smaller theaters. There's this place in Albany called Spectrum 8. It's a very cozy, very independent theater. Showed independent movies. Missed going there quite a bit. Had a nice cozy coffee house next door. I go see a movie, grab a coffee, then go see another movie. It was very nice. But yeah, love going to the theater. Love the movie experience. Watching Endgame in IMAX was one of the best moments of my life. It was fucking amazing. So that's probably the stuff I'm going to miss mostly. Huh?
It was fine.
It was fine, he says. It's glorious. Glorious. But yeah, I'm definitely going to miss going to the theater. It's probably not going to come back in the U.S. for a long time. So might see Dune come to VOD, which would be pretty cool. Probably going to be $30. Probably going to be a Mulan thing, right? Another $30 fucking premium VOD price.
Well, hopefully it doesn't get like all the Mulan treatment.
Right.
People have been shitting on Mulan.
Yeah, I heard it's not great.
Yeah. Definitely not what you remember as a kid. No music, or if there was music, it sucked.
Right, no music.
She's like magical powers, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, flying off trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Wild stuff. Not good. Glad I didn't.
Good.
I don't think I'll give it a chance.
Right, exactly.
Plus, I guess like Disney, like kind of all the stuff they got going on over there with the I don't know how to say the word. The starts with U. Or
Eugenics.
Eugenics.
The Uyghurs?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, they're, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Disney gave them kind of like a take your bow kind of thing to China in a way, and it was kind of like, oh, come on, dude. Timing at all? Are you aware of what's happening? And it's kind of weird, but that kind of goes back to what you were saying, how like we were saying before too, but the United States is only a drop in the pan in the movie industry. Like that's Disney was like bowing to China right there. So it was kind of like, all right, well, we see where the money's coming from. They know where the money's coming from. So you had a good point with we're only X amount, but like the rest of the world, and China is the one they really care the most about.
Yeah, Tenet came out either this week or last week. Did not make a significant chunk of money. I think it made like 80 million. I want to say like 90 million. I think it came out in China. Yeah. Came out. You know what's really pissed me off? That. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, no, just the Tenet came out in China, but also a lot of movies are coming out in the UK right now. I'm listening to a lot of UK-based film reviewing podcasts, and they're always talking about, I went out and saw this movie, and I saw that movie, and I'm going to see Tenet for the third time. And it's like, fuck you. Jesus Christ.
Jealous?
I understand we have 200,000 dead, but I want my movies. I want my movie theater back.
Well, I saw they were doing like drive-ins.
Yeah.
Interesting touch.
New
movies, drive-ins.
Yeah.
Maybe find one of those.
I haven't, I love drive-ins.
Actually,
I haven't been to
probably wouldn't work. You got to go over state lines for that.
Yeah.
I don't know any in Massachusetts.
No, there's one in like New York State, right?
Is there?
Yeah, the what's it called? Oh, I'll think of it later. Anywho, moving on. We got an article here from the Science, from Business Insider. called How to Take Your Best Poop According to Science. And me being a guy who takes poops regularly, but not regularly pooping well, I thought I would peruse this article, see if I could learn anything. So it starts out saying, there's honestly nothing more satisfying than good poop. True. On the flip side, a bad poop can ruin your day. You know what I'm talking about. Too hard, too soft, too sudden, not soon enough, too late, goes in your pants, run down your leg, bad times.
Aye.
Yeah. If this isn't ringing any bells, congratulations on being the world's only perfect pooper, a title to wear with pride. For the rest of us, we have to work at it. The good news, science is on your side. There are a bunch of things we can do to smooth out the kinks in our digestive system, and some of them are very literal. But real quick, let us introduce you to the Bristol Stool Scale, a handy-dandy chart listing the different type of poops you can make. They range from type 1 hard lumps to type 7 totally liquid. When it comes to number 2, you can actually... What the fuck? I gotta refresh my page here. Piece of shit. Oh, stop it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's start with short-term solutions. Mooing like a cow or making similar noises if you aren't feeling particularly bovine can help reduce straining. If you'll want to lean forward with your elbows on your knees while you do it. The idea is to open up your belly and get yourself in a more efficient pooping position. Toilets were designed all wrong. Sitting straight up with your feet planted on the ground actually makes it harder to squeeze one out. Too much straining and pushing can lead to hemorrhoids, most of all, but sometimes even prolapsing. Ugh. Thanks to how our bodies are built, we're better off in a squat. It's all in the gut. Look at the angle of her rectum when she stands up. What? Her?
Look at it. Look at the angle.
It's bent at about 80 degrees, right where it meets the anal canal, fittingly named the anorectal angle. Sort of like kinking a hose, this bend helps you control your bowels along with muscles in the same area. So don't they have those things where you can put your feet on, you can rest your feet on, and then I guess it like...
Yeah, I believe they're called stools.
Stools, exactly. Stools.
Ironically?
Stool. Yeah, yeah.
No, coincidentally.
What do they...
Stool.
Stool. But wasn't their name
$1
for them?
million idea. Right now, stool. Let's do it. Let's get in on it. Copywriting. I'm Googling it right now. Copyright.
What is... No, it's not... It's a name for... It's what the fuck is it called? Ergonomical pooping.
Ergonomical pooping.
Stool thing. The squatty potty. There we go. That's what I was thinking of.
I swear I've seen like this picture sent to me. I think Andy was actually talking about this once.
Yeah.
Kind of just like how you explained, except the right way to do it was the guy was like standing on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
And doing like a squat, like his ass was touching the toilet seat, but like I don't know, something weird. But I've actually got tips. You want to hear my tips?
Go ahead.
You are right. I do use a stool. My children have the stool to climb up to get to the toilet. But sometimes, like if I'm in a battle, I'll take the stool and prop my legs up on it, my feet up on it, and they are correct that little elevation does open things up for you. But the biggest thing that I have done to change my pooping experience, and you're going to think it's crazy, but I encourage all of you to try it. Blow your nose. Blow your nose while you're in the middle of just this battle of a poop. You're like, you think you ever have those poops where you think you're going to die? You're like, this is it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm going to die here, and people are going to come in. I'm still going to have this poop lodged in my butt. Blow your nose if you ever feel like that. It doesn't matter. Like, desperate times call for desperate action. You don't got a tissue? Well, I mean, you probably have toilet paper right next to you, so don't get too crazy with it. Don't blow your nose in your underwear or something. But just do it. And you are going to be, for some reason, it just opens up those muscles, and you just, boom, flies right out. Flies.
Nice. Flies, yes. Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Have you ever blown your nose while you're pooping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Write in bicycle@gmail.com. Tell us how you pooping. Subject line, how you pooping. So, yes, do it. I have a clip here.
What's your tip? Do you have a tip?
Yeah, I mean, I poop a lot, so I should have some tips,
yeah,
right?
You're an expert, man. I would have thought you had some real knowledge to drop.
A lot of what they said in the article applies. You don't want to strain too much. You do get hemorrhoids. No. Your ass starts hurting. I like to put a little. I use regular ass toilet paper, but put a little hot water on there. A little steamy water gets right in there. If you have hair on your ass like I do, the hot water will relax the hairs, get them all soft, so there you reduce the likelihood of any dingleberries getting caught on there. When you're in the shower, you really want to get back there because I got a crusty anus thanks to all the butt hair on there. So when you're in the shower, just spread out real good. Spread out like a catcher when you're getting down to catcher's position, right? And just let the water soak in there first to loosen up everything. And then just go in like with your fingernails and just scrape in there. Scrape left side, scrape the right side. Just get all them dingleberries out of there. So you're not leaving anything behind. So
yeah, and if you're having a tough time, just call a friend,
Yes,
I'm sure you have plenty of friends that are more than welcome to come over there and help scoop out crusty old poop while you're in the shower.
Yeah,
I mean, we were just looking for toilet tips, but you just gave us hygiene tips, and I think we're all winners now.
Yeah, well, it all ties together. Yeah, it all ties together. So I have a clip here, which I only bring out of the closet once in a while because it is one of those clips where it just makes me laugh, makes me happy whenever I listen to it. It's one of those like, oh, you're feeling down, put this on, you'll immediately cheers you up.
There's comfort clip.
Comfort clip, exactly. There is a streamer by the name of PokeLulz, PokeLLS, and he is known for making soundboards of various streamers. And at the beginning, when he was doing this, somebody was making it for him, and so the guy that made it for him joined him in a Fortnite game and started playing his clips back to him. So this is the clip you're going to hear right now. Let me make sure Dion's linked in here so we can hear it. Are you hearing that?
Oh my god, it's him again.
Yep.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? My name is Bloodhound.
So just to be clear, you're going to hear PokeLulz reacting to a soundboard of his own voice.
And? I'm from Limassol. Really? Yes. Oh, are you really prepared? You came back with a lot of effort now, right? Yes. So you want to go to a squad game together and test this out? Yes. You only have one yes? Yes. Okay.
Oh fuck! So what was happening was like it was an echo effect of him laughing at himself, and then the guy would play a clip of him laughing. So it was just this like ping ponging back and forth of him laughing, and then hearing him laugh, then hearing him laugh from the laugh. He has one of the best laughs too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. You only have one yes?
Yes.
Okay, so now is the time of the show when we do this.
Yes.
And now, Damien's Review Corner.
So, I actually watched many more movies than I thought I did, but I also...
Oh, get comfortable.
Yep, here we go. What we've been watching, starting with... Let me go back a ways, because I actually realized I haven't talked about some of these movies recently. So we have 2018 movie called Wildlife, directed by Paul Dano, star of such things as There Will Be Blood, Little Miss Sunshine, Prisoners. He's a very, very good actor, very good director. This stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Carey Mulligan, and newcomer Ed Oxenbould. It's about a teenage boy who must deal with his mother's complicated response after his father temporarily abandons them to take a menial and dangerous job. This is a movie that takes place in the 50s in Midwest America. So it is one of those, like, you know, the mother is all straight-laced, the father's straight-laced. It's this, you know, button-up, nice, clean 1950s life that is that goes awry when the father steps out on his mother. So it's a very good one of those. I gave that an 8 out of 10. Next up, Kelly Reichardt directed Certain Women. This movie from 2016 stars Laura Dern, Jared Harris, and Michelle Williams. Synopsis is that the lives of 3 women intersect in small town America, where each is imperfectly blazing a trail. It's a very good little small indie movie. I like all of Kelly Reichardt's movies. Her most recent was First Cow. It's a very slow burn, very intimate indie sort of slice of life movie. I liked it very much. Gave that an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Kiss Kiss Bang Bang from 2005, directed by Shane Black, starring Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, and Michelle Monaghan. Have you seen this movie?
No.
No? Very good.
You thought I was going to say yes.
Huh? What?
I said you thought I was going to say yes.
Yes. Yes. This is a very good pre-Iron Man Robert Downey Jr. Acting performance. He was in this. He was also in Zodiac pre Iron Man. So very good performance there by him. It is about a murder mystery, brings together a private eye, a struggling actress, and a thief masquerading as an actor. This has one of the best scenes of somebody pretending to be somebody else I've ever seen, with Robert Downey Jr. And one of the first scenes is Robert Downey Jr. Is running away from a crime scene, and the police is chasing him down this alleyway. And he ducks into this audition that these actors are going through. And he just barges into the room, looks around. He's like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck!" And he's actually shot on his left arm. And then the scene that he has to audition for is a scene where I guess he's playing a criminal who has just left a scene of a crime, and he left his partner behind. So it's this really cool scene where he's playing himself. He's playing the character in real life in the movie, right? And he has to play the same sort of character auditioning for this role. It's very, very good. It's very good. You should definitely check it out. Kissy Kiss Bang Bang. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
I'm looking at some of the pictures from the movie.
Yeah.
And Robert Downey Jr., he always looks like he has eyeliner on.
Yeah, he does, right? Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if that's that he actually does have eyeliner on, or if it just looks like he always does. I know guys that have just these luscious eyelashes that make women jealous. I've actually been commented on mine a couple times. Okay. I'm looking at this one picture where Kilmer and Downey are both holding guns, and Kilmer's got like this serious face, and Downey's got like, he's holding it one-handed. Kilmer's got it two-handed, like, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you now. And Downey's just like holding the gun out. He's like, got this smile on his face, like, I got a gun. No context whatsoever. He just looks like a child that just found, like, he's like just standing next to dad with a toy gun, like, hi.
Yep.
Like, ridiculous.
Yes, very, very good. I'm give that an 8 out of 10. Watched a movie from 1995 called Get Shorty, starring John Travolta, Gene Hackman, Rene Russo, Danny DeVito, Dennis Farina, Delroy Lindo, and James Gandolfini. It is about a mobster traveling to Hollywood to collect a debt and discovers that the movie business is much the same as his current job. This is a classic, detective noir, sort of modern noir. It's very, very good. Unfortunately, the sequel to it, called Be Cool, which came out 10 years later, stars John Travolta again, Uma Thurman, and Vince Vaughn. It's one of the worst movies I've seen this year. I give it a 5 out of 10. I won't give it any more time than it deserves, but I just want to say it has terrible music. Just go set your mind back to 2005. Just think about all the terrible music from back then. One of the main characters is not Sierra. It might be Ciara. Who was the other Ciara-like person? Just Christina Milian, is that a person from back then, right? Something like that, yeah. I gotta look it up. Hold on. Somebody that was like, because it was like her and Ashanti and Rihanna were all blown up at the same time. It stars. What is the lady's name? Oh yeah, it was Christina Milian. Yeah, so it stars her. We got Steven Tyler playing himself. Andre Benjamin playing a character here. It's just not good. It's really not. The fashion's like of that time. It's a very of that era type movie. Like you could totally like just put this on and be like, oh, I can tell just by the fucking giant pants everyone's wearing, the hats that people wearing. This is from like the mid aughts.
Yeah, dude.
It's
those
awful.
big old bucket hats and those.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The baggy cargo.
Yep.
Jeans. What do you call them? They zip off. They snap off. It's just crazy. Crazy time.
It was an awful time. Yeah. For fashion. Yes. Giant hats.
Let's not go that far.
Oof. Terrible. Let's see.
You were alive for the 80s? Man, huh? 80s fashion was 80s pretty fashion. Garbage.
It was. You should look up right now. What was it? X-Men movie premiere. Look at the fucking clothes they're wearing. Movie premiere.
Which X-Men?
The first one. The 2000. Look up X-Men 2000 movie premiere. Okay. I cannot believe this. And just go to like Google Images. And just scroll through. Got Halle Berry.
First X-Men, a Yahoo thing.
Yeah.
All right, we got it.
X-Men 2000 movie premiere.
What's wrong with that?
It's just, I don't know what you got in front of you.
Halle Berry's banging, dude.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yes.
All right,
she's
well,
hot.
maybe Hugh Jackman's coat could be. I don't know what's going on there.
Yes. What else?
Yeah, that's a weird coat.
Yeah, it's basically that.
That's not a great dress for Rogue. It does nothing for like
right
chest. You know, like it's like revealing too much, but like none of it at the same time. It's confusing.
Right. They always
awful
have those
fabric.
Yeah, before now, like pictures of the NBA, like in the mid-90s. Like, what the fuck
you
were they thinking?
Yo, hold up though, because Rebecca Romaine Stamos, she's wearing one of those shirts that it's just like a blanket right in front of you, and then it's just like a tie, like tied by one string in the back, dude. Those were sweet.
Yep.
I'm looking at a picture of her and John Stamos, and John Stamos looks the same as he always does, man. He showed up.
For some reason, Stephen Baldwin came dressed in like an athletic jersey.
You see that outfit that Ian McKellen's wearing?
Yeah, what is that? It's like it's like alligator skin jacket.
Alligator mixed with like tiger skin, like a tiger zebra,
like a cobra. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh Jesus, what were we talking about here? Oh,
I don't see. There's not a whole lot bad right there.
It's not great. Not great, Bob. To be fair, nobody was dressing well in the late 90s, early aughts. So I'll give them that.
Hey, why don't you Google Russell Westbrook's outfits?
Yes,
see what comes up. Or Cam Newton outfits. These have been happening for a while. Still happening to this day.
Outfit.
This is fashion these days, like up there fashion, Hollywood fashion. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Oh no, honey, what is you doing? Is that my first?
He came wearing Westbrook came wearing like construction worker gear that was like tailored to him, though. You know, like crazy, like that model stuff, runway stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure Kanye West dresses him quite often.
Yeah, I think Kanye wore a garbage bag at one point.
He did.
I mean,
yes.
I don't know. At some point, you're screaming attention. Like, this is like a red carpet premiere. I don't know what they're wearing to a red carpet premiere, but
yeah.
Well, I don't know. In the sports world, you see when you see people get drafted, the suits that those guys are wearing, they're wild.
Right. Exactly. Oh, okay. Let me take a break real quick so I can grab the food. I just got delivered, and we were back in a minute. Goodbye. And we're back. Okay, so we're getting down there. We only got 35 more movies to talk about here. Dion, why don't you take a break? I'll take a break with my stuff. Why don't you talk about what you've been watching last couple of weeks?
Oh man, where did I leave off?
You finished.
What was the last thing I said I watched?
You finished the Ozarks.
Okay. So, I have caught up with The Boys.
Nice.
Watched all those. Yeah. I noticed Amazon was doing the every Friday thing.
Yeah, they released 3 of them, and now for the rest of the season, they're going to do a weekly thing.
Okay. I'm not against that.
Right.
I kind of wish that somebody would do that to me more often because Ozarks was painful. Been watching The Boys.
Yeah.
Boys actually gets pretty painful too. Like, I don't know where my allegiances should be. Obviously, it should be with the humans, but like then you realize the superheroes are just fucked up people.
Yep.
And you start feeling bad for them, but then you realize, hey, they're assholes. But are they assholes because they were raised to be assholes? Probably. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to do with my hands. I've watched the movies. I've watched the cage match ones that we got coming up next Saturday.
Nice.
Or whatever. Nightcrawler and Zodiac.
Yeah.
Both good movies. Enjoyed that. Let's see.
Go back to
sports. Sports is back on. Football's on.
Go back to The Boys real quick. How about that relationship between Homelander and his boss lady?
Yep. Yeah.
He sucks.
That's something, huh?
He wants her titty milk. It's like for his sustenance.
Which, I mean, it's becoming clear why he's that way.
Yes.
Makes you feel bad, but I mean that's a clear sign that the dude's messed up. So, how far have you gotten to? Where are you?
I am in season 2. I saw the first 3. I haven't seen anything past the first 3.
Did you see the part with Shapeshifter?
Shapeshifter? No. I've not seen anything about a shapeshifter.
And Homelander?
Nope. Okay.
All right. Go ahead and watch the next episode. It might be that one. I'm not sure. You're close. You'll probably just start puking everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. I think it's a good show. I like the show. I like the main character. What's his name? Not Huey. I like the angry.
Yeah, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. Yeah, I like his character. He's funny. You know, I like how he is funny. Says like twat and stuff. But no, all those guys are actually cool. Mother's Milk. That's a weird ass name, huh?
It is a weird name.
Mother's Milk, and at the same time, there's a superhero with an infatuation with Mother's Milk. I'm waiting for those things to kind of run together.
Right.
So, you haven't even gotten to the. Have you? What's her name? The new superhero, Storm something.
Yeah. I forgot what her name was. Let's see if I'm looking at the. Oh, Stormfront.
Stormfront. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Have you gotten to the part where? Well, I mean, I can't spoil it. I feel like you would know if I was to say it, you know?
The last thing I saw, so I saw the episode where they released the information that Vought used Compound V to make the superheroes, that they weren't born superheroes, and that news broke.
Wow, that's a huge spoiler.
Well, play the drop, and then
we didn't play the drop.
No, you can play it, and I will cut this part out. All of this.
Well, I was trying to do it without spoilers, but
all right. You can play the drop.
Just give me your shit, buddy.
Yeah.
Shit. Spoilers incoming in 3, 2, 1.
Very good.
If I had a tumor, I would name it Marla. All right, go ahead. You can spoil now.
So Compound V makes the superheroes. They're not born superheroes, which I feel like you kind of knew that. Didn't you know that in season 1?
Yeah, because A-Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the last.
Okay,
thing
so
I saw
you're not to that part yet. You Stormfront. She's just kind of giving. She's edgy like Starlight. got that edge to her, you know, like I'm not taking crap, but like Stormfront's kind of like, you know, like Starlight's like, I'm innocent, I'm not taking crap from anyone, but I'm gonna wear my big girl pants, and Stormfront is already at that point where she's just like, I don't give a fuck, I'll say what I want. Oh, you didn't like that? My bad. And you're like, wow, yeah, like I'm rooting for you. You're fun. Yeah. I like you. You're gonna flip this whole thing on its head. And then she goes and flips that thought on its head, and you're like, "Ooh, man, she's not nice." So yeah, you're in for some fun ride in the next couple episodes.
Nice, can't wait.
Maybe even the next episode.
Yeah. Do you want to tease your thoughts on Zodiac and Nightcrawler?
I liked one of them better than I liked the other one. I really enjoyed seeing. It's weird. Jake Gyllenhaal is not one of my favorite actors. Probably not even on my list of like top 25. Even.
Okay.
Even though I don't know 24 other ones to name before him, but I really liked his work in Nightcrawler, and he did blink a lot. You told me to count how many blinks that he did. He blinked a lot.
Okay.
But I do like his descent into. Well, was it even a descent? I don't know. It was a fun. I'm not like a fun like. It's weird. The guy was clearly messed up, and I don't know. Like I was watching with Carrie. It's like she mentioned he could be on the spectrum because of the way he was acting, and I'm like possibly like a little bit of a Sheldon Cooper kind of thing, but. At the same time, I'm like, he comes off as someone just that seems knowledgeable about things, and he's so charming, and the way he talks to you, you're just like, yeah, man, yeah, I'll work for you. Like, he had funny moments when they were in the car, and it was like, I want more money, and he's just like, well, we can't discuss.
Yeah.
What was he saying?
Right.
I don't know. He was like, we can't discuss your rate right now because we're in the middle of doing something, but I appreciate your moxie, and I promise you we'll get back to this when we have a more appropriate time. And just the way he delivered like news that you didn't want to hear was kind of like, all right, dude, all right, I get it, you got me.
Yep.
We'll wait. But no, Nightcrawler was good. Zodiac was fun. I like movies that they had that build up kind of to him, you know, like obviously Zodiac was after the Zodiac killer. I kind of like the legwork involved with movies like that. Not so much as the actual murders, but the work that they have to do to find the guy, and all having to deal with the ups and the downs of new evidence and such, and Robert Downey Jr.'s character, and that was pretty fun to watch. So,
yes,
yeah, I like both of those. Yep. Both good movies.
Yeah. A lot of MCU alums in Zodiac. You got Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes,
indeed.
Carrie made that observation.
Yeah,
she was just like, the real Avengers would just it wouldn't even be a problem for Zodiac. I'm like, yeah, because Tony Stark's a genius. He'd be able to find anybody he wanted to.
Yeah.
Do you think?
What?
Now what? Go ahead. You might be answering my question before.
Yeah, not in the 70s. Like, he doesn't have the tech in the 70s that he has in the 2010s.
But I was like, say, imagine if Tony was just like, I'm going to stop superhero stuff. I'm going to start like solving mysteries. With all the technology he has at his disposal, all the money. Like, you never, because you don't really hear, because you got super villains, but you never hear about serial killers in a comic book world,
Right.
I guess you kind of got serial killers. They're called super villains, but.
Right.
Say a person that, like, a cop would have to find that's like a human being just killing people. You never hear about that kind of thing. It's always somebody with, like, powers that, like, I used my laser beam and blew up this building. But you don't have a Jack the Ripper running around in MCU when Tony Stark's around. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That is interesting.
I think he would shut that shit down immediately.
Yeah, that's a very interesting thought. Like a superhero comic about tracking a serial killer. That's interesting. John Constantine is sort of the closest there is to that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. What was I going to say? Anything else on your plate? Saw last couple weeks.
No.
All right.
No, I was really going in hard on the boys.
Going in hard on the boys. I love it. You'd like to hear it. So going back to what I've been watching, Damien's review corner, I watched The Meg, starring Mr. Jason Statham, Rainn Wilson, and Masioka. If you have somehow not heard of this movie, it is about a group of scientists exploring the Marianas Trench and encounter the largest marine predator that ever existed, the Megalodon. This is big, dumb, stupid action, and I loved it. It's great. Give me everything I hoped for. Not and more, just everything I hoped for. It met my expectations. I was neither overwhelmed or underwhelmed. I was quite whelmed, actually. If you want to know,
you're going to call the Meg dummy thick. Big dummy thick.
His dummy thick and his clap of his ass cheeks keeps attracting the guards.
That dude has nice poops.
He does. It is fascinating, like you were saying before, about how big the Chinese market is and how much money and how much influence they have over the entertainment industry right now. Every time I watch a new movie, I look for Chinese production companies, and there's like a major one at the beginning of this movie. And then you notice like there are like 2 or 3 Chinese actors and actresses in this movie. And one of the main plot points is one Asian character's father dying in a very slow and drawn out death scene. So it is interesting that they are the influence that the Chinese market and the Chinese production companies are having on like major Hollywood blockbusters these days. Yep. Moving along, I saw a Pixar movie from 2012 called Brave. Have you seen this movie?
Haven't.
Have not? Yeah. It is not, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be at all. I thought it was going to be some sort of like, I don't know, the girl with the arrow. Like the only thing I knew about this movie was she's an arrow. She's an arrowist. She has good archery skills. So I thought it was going to be something where an invading army comes into town and she has to use her, extraordinary archery skills to defend her village. But it's really nothing like that at all. And it goes in interesting directions. So I'll just leave it at that.
Is she referred to as an arrowist?
That was my sleep deprived brain looking for the word and not finding it.
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
Petition to replace Archer with arrowist.
Arrowist, yes.
I'm writing it down now.
Yep. Replace Hawkeye with arrowist. Let's see. Continuing on, I saw Jarhead from 2005, another Jake Gyllenhaal starring movie. Jake Gyllenhaal, Peter Sarsgaard, and Jamie Foxx. This is about a psychological study of Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm during the Gulf War through the eyes of a U.S. Marine sniper who struggles to cope with the possibility of his girlfriend maybe cheating on him back home. This was fucking fantastic. Roger Deakins did the cinematography on this movie. And I think Sam Mendes directed it as well. Sam Mendes did American Beauty. He did Skyfall. He did 1917 with, again, another, what's his name? Roger Deakins shot the movie. So another fantastic outing with them too. I would highly recommend this one. I give that an 8 out of 10. And finally, I saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and Bill and Ted Face the Music, all within a period of about 3 days. Bill and Ted #1, Excellent Adventure is fine. It's a fine one of those. I liked of the two. I liked Bogus Journey better. Have you seen any of these? One of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, or none of these?
None of those.
Really, just one of those that slipped your radar. Never saw it on cable as a kid.
Yeah, Actually, I don't think I've ever seen it on television. Like, not even like in the guide.
Yeah.
It's just one that I never ended up watching.
Yeah. I texted you about Bill and Ted Face the Music, that it is better than it has any right to be. It is. Yeah. So it is a very, it's very, what is it called? The phrase people like to use a lot, but it is accurate in this case. It is very fun. It is totally devoid of any cynicism, any sort of angry, point of view. There's none of that. It's just it's a fun romp. It's a fun, quick 90-minute romp. And it's big, dumb, not a little bit of action, but just big, dumb, comedy. That was very, very sweet. Had a very sweet ending. Highly recommend that. I gave that a 9 out of 10. If you
I remember listening to a podcast, the guy, the which one was Bill and which one was Ted? Keanu Reeves was Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Ted was on a podcast and talking about that movie. And I think it was the Bill Simmons podcast, actually. And he was like, did you have any idea Keanu Reeves was going to be as big as he became while he was doing that movie? And he was like, obviously. He's like, oh, yeah, of course, because, he's just awesome and everything he did. But, I mean, come on. Like, I don't know. I understand it's a very it's a movie for that time, the original Bill and Ted and everything, but there's no possible way you would imagine that guy was going to turn into the sensation that he became, that he was going to be one of the action heroes from, like, the John Wicks. Like, can you imagine him kicking someone's ass after you just watched Bill and Ted for the first time?
Not really. I mean, let me see. He had a very interesting
But then
career.
he did Speed. I guess Speed kind of like...
Yeah.
We should start with Speed because that kind of put him on the map as, like, action guy now.
Yeah. And
still, just the transformation is kind of like... Huh. I know he's hyping up his boy. I get it, But, was that the first time that he acted since that movie? The Ted character? What's that? Well, like, because Keanu did more movies after that. Ted, on the other hand,
right. I don't know. I was looking up Keanu's filmography. I can look up this guy's Alex Winter. The bees. So we have, going back to Bill and Ted time. Let's see. Okay. He was Death Wish 3 in 1985. He was in a movie called Squeal of Death. It was a short. He played Marco in The Lost Boys in 1987. And then in 1989, he did Bill and Ted. Bogus Journey, 1981. Let's see here. Nothing. Wow, nothing for a long ass time. I don't know what he's doing. Might have been directing. A lot of directing credits. Okay, so yeah, he's been directing, producing, writing things.
That's fair.
Yep. So yeah, going back to Keanu. Like, yeah, when did he pop? He popped in. Let's see. Say like in the 80s, right? What was this first thing?
Speed, I'd say.
But Bill and Ted was first in 89 to 91. Point Break was in 91. So yeah, 91 was a huge year for Keanu. He was in a movie called Providence, Point Break, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and My Own Private Idaho with River Phoenix. 92, he was in Dracula, so just a year later. Let's see. A year after that, he's in Speed. A year after that, he's in Giant Mnemonic. A year after that, he's in Chain Reaction. I fucking love Chain Reaction. You ever seen that movie?
No.
It's fucking great. Him and his first outing with Rachel Weisz and has Morgan Freeman in it. It's basically this thing where he works for a company that figured out how to create water out of thin air or something like that. I forget what the fuck it was, but it was Fucking great movie. The Devil's Advocate in 97. And then
I remember that movie.
Yeah. And then The Matrix in 99. And so pretty much been a rocket ship since then. So yeah. Constantine 2005. That was a fucking great movie. Yep.
Yeah, dude, I love Constantine.
Love that movie. So speaking of Bill Simmons, you mentioned him talking to Alex Winter. Part of my podcast, I worked many hours this week. I worked 72 hours this week. I set a record, personal record of mine. Yeah, very proud of it. Not really.
Yeah. America. Fuck yeah.
So
working that much and still fucking poor, yeah.
So I mentioned that only to say that 72 hours working means 72 hours of podcast at least, because I listen to my podcast at 1.5 speed. So 72 hours of podcasts equals out to at least 90 to 100 hours of podcast, and that's too many. That's too many of one thing. 100 hours of anything in a week, way too much of whatever that is, of whatever you're doing. You're doing anything for 100
You ever
hours?
hear that thing? Yeah, you gotta, when trying to become a professional or something, you have to do 10,000 hours of it.
Right.
While you may not be a professional podcaster, you are a professional listener of podcasters.
Yeah, exactly. I could tell you so many things that what to do right, what to do wrong. Firstly, I would like to say, if you have a 12-minute podcast, do not put 3 minutes of ad in your goddamn podcast, because that's a big old skipperoonie from me, dog.
Do you actually listen to 12-minute podcasts? Yeah,
there's one called This Day in Esoteric Political History. This guy talks about this day in political history. There's a couple that are around that mark. Yeah,
I see them and I just never think they're worth my time.
Yeah. Interesting little
because it's like they're just telling you the highlight. Yeah, like here's a sentence, and we'll tell you a couple more sentences after that, and then here's an ad, and now we're gone. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I don't feel fulfilled. Yeah, it's little bite-sized stuff. I need those bite-sized things for the spice. It spices up my 3-hour last podcast and left or whatever else I'm listening to. But talking about Bill Simmons, watched listen to a couple Rewatchables. Been listening to a lot of them. They were talking about what was it? I'm blanking on what it was this week. So I said this person. Oh, Diane Lane was in Unfaithful. Unfaithful. And I was saying how you must enjoy Rewatchables because of all the sports references that get dropped in there. Like Diane Lane. Yep. Diane Lane is the Patrick Ewing of actors. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I see it. Like, yeah. She's really good at what she does, but like doesn't really get the I don't know, the notoriety now. Yeah. You remember? I don't know. You never get the chance. Did she ever get like Oscars or anything? I'm not really sure. I think she got the Oscar. I imagine for the comparison is kind. I think she got that Oscar for Unfaithful. I think she might be a little bit ahead of Ewing then. Yeah, but I can definitely see that comparison. Actually, she was just nominated. She was only nominated for Best Actress for Unfaithful. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. Yep. Looking up her awards here. That's a good one. She's been nominated for Golden Globes, nominated for Primetime Emmys, and has not won a thing yet. She was married to Josh Brolin for 9 years, interestingly. Yeah, Ewing, he was like all stars and shit, but he never got a championship, so. Yeah. Let's see, what was she in? Let's see. Oh, yeah. She's Martha Kent, of course, yes. Martha! Why'd you say that name? Our mom's names are the same! She's still got it, man. She's one of my older lady crushes. Right, yeah, exactly. I'm looking through her credits, and I can honestly say I don't think I've seen a movie she's been in. Yeah. No? She's been in a lot of, like, romance stuff. Yeah, I might have. I saw a lot of The Perfect Storm, that movie about the George Clooney. The Perfect Storm? The movie about The Perfect Storm, exactly. George Clooney, Marky Mark Wahlberg. That was a good movie. It was a good movie. She was in Jumper. I forgot about that. Saw that movie. She was in The Outsiders, right? Yeah. She was in The Outsiders. Had a crush on her. Yes, exactly. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. So talking about podcast, Friday night seems to be the best night for me for listening to podcasts. Waypoint Radio, they do a video game. They talk about video games. They have what I just learned the other day. A lot of the hosts of that show have master's degrees in literature, critical literature. What is it called? Not critical literature. Literature criticism. Yes, that's it. Okay, so they have a master's degree in literature criticism. So very, very, very good in-depth discussions they have about video games and video game culture. The grind. What do you call that? What do you call it when you're grinding? You're working like 80 hours a week. It's not called the grind. It's called crunch culture and video game productions, sexual harassment, things like that. Very, very good podcast. Last podcast on the left, obviously. They just did a 2-part series on Arther Shawcross, who was known as the Rochester Strangler in the 1970s. Did you get a chance to check that one out?
I did not listen to any of those.
Okay. There's one from the BBC called Kermode and Mayo's film review. I haven't listened to it in a while, but every episode I listen to, this one guy just rattles off like 7 different podcasts or 7 different movies he listened to or watched that week.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, exactly, right? Well, except that he watches like brand new movies that I've never heard of. That's the other thing about listening to a lot of video game podcasts and movie podcasts and music podcasts and all these podcasts that review things. The vast majority of the time, I have not seen or listened to or read the things that they're talking about, but I still find the discussions very, very fascinating. Yeah. So rounding out the list here, Empire Magazine is another movie podcast. Reply All is a sort of a tech/investigative podcast. The Hotspot is the one I mentioned a few times already. Jeff Gerstmann, Vinny Caravella, the old timers, the old guard of the Giant Bomb sit down and talk about old tech, the old days of Giant Bomb. Giant Bomb didn't get sold this week, but they're the subsidiary of them, not subsidiary, the owners of Giant Bomb. I think it was like CBS Interactive was bought by like Comcast, and Comcast was bought by something else, and it was this whole huge buyout where they're so like low on the totem pole they're not even in the discussions anymore. Let me see. So those are all Friday podcasts. Friday podcasts are amazing. I love them. Finally, Team Deakins talked to Jake Gyllenhaal this week. Great discussion. That's Roger Deakins, one of the best cinematographers ever in the history of the world. Him and his wife sit down and talk to other directors, producers, writers. This week they talked to Jake Gyllenhaal, which they've worked on a couple of his movies together. Newcomers is still going. They're now doing the Hobbit series. I haven't seen any of the Hobbit movies, but they talked about the Lord of the Rings before that. That was a very interesting discussion. I love hearing about people that aren't familiar with like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, that don't really give a shit about it, don't know any of the characters, never read the books, that jump into it blind. I love hearing their reactions to things. And Why I Hate This Album did the Bloodhound Gang's Hooray for Boobies album this week.
I heard that one.
Yeah. It was very funny.
Did you listen to that album?
I did. I didn't listen to the album. I listened to the podcast.
Do you hate that album?
I don't hate it.
Oh, you said you didn't. You said you didn't listen to it.
I did not listen to the.
You've only listened to the podcast.
I listened to the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I actually had that album.
Okay.
It was great.
It was great. Yes, I agree.
I mean, I can hearing their breakdown. While most of the time I can be like, all right, well, that's just your opinion, man. Like, these guys were actually dropping facts this time. Like, the word diarrhea. They were just saying words because they heard them somewhere.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, because a lot of those lyrics are out of control.
They really were, right?
But you have to go into understanding that it was a spoof. I mean, not like a spoof album, but I mean, like, they weren't taking them so seriously, and nothing they said was enlightening in any way. But the song they opened up with, like, I Hope You Die, like, I love that song. That song is great, like a full circle kind of thing. And while they respected the full circle kind of thing, they definitely kind of shit on it, where they were like, well, he's over here chanting, "I hope you die" in the chorus like 10 times, but somehow the guy ends up like staying alive. It's like, yeah, he hopes he dies, but he doesn't die. So all these horrible things that happen to him is just kind of like, all right, fine. If you don't die, then I just want your whole life to suck. I mean, can't you see that?
Yep.
But, I kept my cool. I didn't email them. Maybe I should email them.
You should email them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Leave an iTunes review. Leave a 1 star.
Where do you get off? Excuse me.
I love the tangents they go on about like Garrett's, or not Garrett's, what's the other, Garrett Harvey and the other guy, I forgot his name, but he's always talking
Gold Cobra,
yep. Always talking about his cowboy sex cult. Yeah, love it.
Well, there was a song where it was like there were cowboys on it, and they were like, it sounded like cowboys, and they never used the word cowboy, and I thought that that song would particularly appeal to them, but he didn't bite. But yeah, I know what you're talking, like when they bring back the hole in the wall, like the hole in their house.
Yeah.
Like, that giant hole is in the side of our house. It's like, we should do something about it.
He's talking about like, I will scream in your face to wake you up as I do every single morning. And he's like, I know, and I hate it, but you still continue to do it. I hate you. They're fucking great.
You would hate it more because I stand there and watch you for 5 hours beforehand. Why would you do that?
Because I can.
Because I need to see you. It comforts me to see you in such a state, such a helpless, peaceful state where I could do anything I wanted, and you would have no idea. I am getting a new roommate.
Yep. Some of the best banter in the podcasting world.
Their dynamic is fun.
Yeah, it's very good. I listened to a couple books this week, or the past couple weeks. One was called Antisocial, Online Extremist Techno Utopians and the Hijacking of the American Conversation by Andrew Morantz. He was on WTF a few weeks ago, peddling his book, talking about what it's about. It's basically what it's in the subtitle there. It tells you everything it's about. It's the rise of the white supremacists, white nationalists, extreme, the far right, the rise of them on the internet, specifically Facebook, specifically 4chan, 8chan, all the chans, talking about where they came from. He embedded himself deep in these just nutbags, fucking nutbags. These guys that some of them some of you might not know. The Alex Jones of the worlds. There's one guy called what's his name? I forgot what the guy's name was, but they basically he came up with the term alt-right. He's been disowned from the new movement because he was giving too many Heil Hitlers, things like that. But very, very good read. I would highly recommend reading Antisocial. It's a very quick book, about 8 hours. I got through in one night. But I did want to highlight
Richard B. Spencer.
Huh?
Richard B. Spencer.
Yes, thank you. Yep, Richard Spencer was basically the godfather of the entire movement, and he was disowned because he was too extreme, too white nationalist. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Let's see. So I'm trying to think of the context of this clip. I just have dog sex as the clue here. So I'm trying to think of what
Christ. You cannot play that.
I think they were talking.
Do we have our lawyers on speed dial?
So what they were talking about was they were going through Reddit, and she was talking about the extremism that was prevalent on Reddit in the mid 2010s, and they were saying they were purging some of the more heinous Reddits that were some of the more heinous subreddits that were created in the mid 2000s, mid 2010s, and a lot of them involved bestiality. So this is a clip of the guy he wrote down verbatim in a meeting that the execs at Reddit had when they were discussing which subreddits to keep and which subreddits to get rid of.
Apparently, sex with dogs was on our list,
Yes.
but dog sex was not. Did you go to dog sex? Ashu
Yes.
said. Yep. And what's on it? I mean, are there
Yes.
people having sex with dogs? Oh, yes, very much. Yeah, ban it. I'm going to get more cheese sticks, the woman in the yacht cap said, standing up.
So
how many
it
cheese
was,
sticks is too
a
many
lot
in
of
one
that.
day? At what point am I
It's like,
encouraging
You'll know
or
how many
glorifying
cheese
violence
sticks
against
is too
my
many
own
in one
body?
day. You will know.
Apparently, sex.
yeah, you basically shit your pants.
You're going to need all of our pooping tips.
Yeah, exactly. When you shit your pants, just take that number and roll it back by 1 or 2.
Or just
or a dozen.
play in traffic because
Yeah.
your life's over. That's how you die.
Yeah.
You want your family to come in and see you pooping on a toilet. Well, dead, trying to poop on a toilet, but you're dead.
Yeah.
Eat a bunch of cheese sticks.
Yeah. Do you when you eat cheese sticks, do you fold it? Do you peel it? Are you a peeler or
I don't
you're
eat cheese
a
sticks.
muncher? You never eat it? You
I don't eat cheese sticks.
never ate a cheese stick?
I'm
Interesting.
not 5.
You're not 5? Okay. All right. So
I eat a block of cheese. When I say a cheese stick, I just take the wrapper off a Cracker Barrel and I just go to town on that bad boy.
yeah, you're a degenerate. We know this. So this
Box.
so that
Brick
clip,
of cheese. That's what I eat because I'm a man.
right.
Now you're a man. A man.
So that clip was from Antisocial, and it was from the this discussion they were having about which subreddits to ban, which subreddits to not ban. So yeah, those were on the. They were talking about banning the Donald. The Donald was a, very famous Donald Trump pro Donald Trump subreddit for a long time that finally got taken down. So, Yep. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that I already knew. I knew the names, I knew the players. Like I said, Richard Spencer, Alex Jones. A lot of people I didn't know. It's very, very eye-opening in certain ways. Yep. Very distressing. Very makes you want to jump off a bridge in other ways.
Bleach your ears.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on from that, we have an article here from a couple weeks ago where Daisy Ridley in an interview said that she didn't know Rey's origin during the shooting of Rise of the Skywalker. Never mind before Rise of Skywalker, but during the Rise of Skywalker, she didn't know Rey's origin, which sort of informs that whole fiasco of why is this the thing? Why is her origin like why is she like basically an orphan in the previous movie, Last Jedi, and then in the third movie, suddenly she's one of the most important people in the galaxy. Personally, I liked the idea that she was a nobody and that anybody could be a Jedi, and your lineage didn't determine your Jedi prowess, your Jedi powers. It was just a thing that anybody could be. I thought that thought and that line of thinking was very exciting. And then when they went down the road they went down in Rise of Skywalker, I was like, why? Why'd you have to do that? And when was this decided? Because it didn't seem like it was decided very long ago,
Yep.
So she's...
Well, I mean, it probably was decided, and they just didn't tell anybody because they didn't want to have to fucking answer all these goddamn questions about it.
Yeah.
They don't want to be questioned about their decision, you know what I'm saying? So it would make sense not to let everybody know. And that's not the first time they do things like that. Like what? Wasn't in the original Star Wars, didn't they say Vader said that Obi-Wan killed your father? Or something, and then they changed it.
Oh, right.
Just to make sure that nobody ever, like...
Interesting.
Well, maybe that was a little different. Like,
right.
They try to keep the twist alive or something.
Right.
But I'm not surprised they held that card close to their chest.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say,
That's possible. There was a thing... What did I see the other day? Something where... so there was like a spoiler in The Dark Knight Rises where... Marion Cotillard's character was Talia al Ghul, daughter of Al Ghul, whatever, Ra's al Ghul, and then her character dies at the end. Spoiler alert for an 8-year-old movie. But during the making of that, they're supposed to shoot the scene where Bruce Wayne is standing at her grave. They didn't want anybody to know whose grave it was, even the people that were making the movie at the time. So they shot the scene with a blank tombstone. And later added in digitally Talia al Ghul's name. in there. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
Was it that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yep. So she's.
Yeah, Batman didn't die, did he? Batman didn't die, right?
Who didn't die? Batman did not die. Batman was alive at the end. He was in Paris. Okay. All right. He sent the Batwing with a nuclear warhead over the ocean and exploded over the ocean. And you were led to believe, because they are alluding to it throughout the movie, that the autopilot feature on the Batwing wasn't ready yet. But apparently it was. So, twist. What a twist. So going back to the article here with Ridley Scott talking about her origin, character's origin. She says, quote, "At the beginning they were toying with an Obi-Wan connection. There were different versions, and then it really went to that she was no one. Then it came to episode 9, and JJ pitched to me the film and was like, oh yeah, Palpatine's granddaddy. And I was like, awesome, she says. That wasn't the end though. 2 weeks later, Ridley says, Abrams came back and said, oh, we're not sure. According to her, she, quote, wasn't sure what the answer was going to be, even as they were filming. The article says it's not uncommon for big blockbusters, like you were saying, to keep its most important spoilers on a need-to-know basis. Crew and cast only get the info they need for the jobs and roles to prevent unnecessary leaks. This Rey stuff goes way beyond that. Even here, even the people who need to know the info don't have it. You could argue, I suppose, that Ridley's own confusion about Rey's history was good for the character, who was just as unsure about her origin as the audience. By The Rise of Skywalker, though, it does seem like Ridley probably could have been given more information and pointed performance if there had been a little consistency there. It's hard to play how a character is feeling if you don't know what they're feeling. So, yeah. But there was so much like inconsistency going into a lot of that series. Who was it? The director of the Jurassic World. I forget what his name was, but he was supposed to direct episode 9. Colin Trevorrow was supposed to direct episode 9. I believe he was like co-writer of that movie too. Then JJ took over, and then you also have a separate director for the second one. I'm guessing different writer as well for the second one. So it's just like very, very, very inconsistent. Not just story, but just tone, feeling throughout that trilogy. And it's just unfortunate it turned out that way, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
If I like Star Wars more, I'd probably share your opinion.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, from my perspective, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why they gotta. I understand it's their vision or whatever, that's their plan, and like I said, they probably just didn't want to answer a whole lot of questions about it. But you'd imagine, you also want to avoid leaks. With when you got that much money thrown around, you don't want like the risk something getting out and someone just immediately being like, "That's stupid."
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to watch that movie.
Yep.
It spread like wildfire.
Yeah. Speaking of wildfire, we got Blade Runner.
Wildfire.
Speaking of wildfires, we had the Los Angeles city of Los Angeles, what looked like Blade Runner, and somebody put the music to Blade Runner over a drone shot of Los Angeles. So let me pipe you in here. Share my screen real quick. So for those listening, it is a slow drone shot over Los Angeles. The sky is entirely red. And what you're witnessing is not film manipulation, or whatever they used to say.
Special effects.
It is not special effects. This is actual Los Angeles.
How many producers right now are like, oh, damn, I wish I was making this movie right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have to pay for this backdrop?
Yeah. Womp womp.
I would hope that nobody actually thinks like that, because it's a terrible thing that's happening.
Yeah. So that's terrifying.
Say that, but yeah, man. I saw a lot of pictures on Twitter where it's like people just it was a picture of a UPS truck. Somebody was delivering a package to somebody, and they just took a picture, and it was like so red, and it just looked like end of days kind of shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I always get this, like, it might be messed up to say, but I kind of wish I could see it, like, personally, like, not through a picture or something like that. And I understand I'm lucky that I don't have to experience that, the people that are living in that. But it's just like when you see a tornado, you know, like, I've always wanted to see a tornado, but I don't want to actually see a tornado. But, like, if I was put in that situation, it would be like something else, man, just to see all that. Just very. I remember walking in the supermarket when everybody started wearing their masks, and I just felt very dystopian in a way. Right. Like what is this? What is happening right now? And a very sobering thought. So I can't imagine seeing this red sky, this very probably something you've never seen outside of a movie before, you know, in your lifetime.
Yep.
It's just crazy shit.
It is fucking crazy, dude.
Man, and can we talk about how that happened? The gender reveal? Imagine being that kid.
Yeah.
Imagine growing up and then reading about, like, just like, oh, the wildfire. The top wildfires in, like, California history or something like that. And then it's just like, oh, yeah, that was my birthday. You know, like, that's just, I mean, it's not his birthday. It was when he was revealed, or she, I'm not actually sure. What gender was it? I mean, all this shit that happened, and I'm still not sure if it's a boy or a girl.
Right.
Like, seriously?
They're gonna let him decide.
Yeah. Right? That was a meme I saw. It's like, you're having a gender reveal party, but then, like, the kid decides that that he's not. I don't identify.
Yeah, exactly.
The parents are like, fuck.
Motherfuck.
I mean, if the parents aren't already like, fuck, but
yeah,
I don't know. Messed up.
It is fucked up.
Gender reveal party. Just go back to being cake, man. You don't gotta go crazy and shoot off pyrotechnics and have them misfire and torch half of California.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah. I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Just want to say real quick, Emmys are tonight. They're currently happening as we're recording this. Schitt's Creek has swept the comedy categories. Looks like all of the actors in that show have won their respective categories. And let's see. Mark Ruffalo won for Best Movie Mini Actor, Best Movie or Miniseries Actor. Best Actress went to Regina King for Watchmen. I'm definitely expecting that to pick up a whole bunch of awards. Like I said last time we talked about it, thought Watchmen was probably the best series of 2020.
Wasn't it only in one category?
So I'm looking at the categories right now. Yeah. So best drama series, I would say, Watchmen is not on there. But if I had to pick one that wasn't Watchmen, just looking through the list here, I would say Succession. You would probably say Better Call Saul.
No, I don't think I would.
Having not seen Succession, I mean.
Yeah, what else is in that list?
We have Better Call Saul, The Crown, The Handmaid's Tale, Killing Eve, The Mandalorian, Ozarks, and Stranger Things, and Succession.
I'd go Ozarks.
Okay. I go Succession. One of the best drama series from last year. Best drama actor, you got Jason Bateman in Ozarks, Sterling K. Brown in This Is Us, Steve Carell for The Morning Show, Brian Cox in Succession, Billy Porter for Pose, and Jeremy Strong for Succession. So you got two guys from Succession in there. You'd probably go Jason Bateman.
Yeah, just because I haven't seen the other ones.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
Schitt's Creek, man. Really? Is it that good?
I've heard it's very good.
Wow. It must be. I mean, all the actors won.
Yeah.
The show won.
Yeah. I've heard only good things. Watchmen has.
I mean, I've saw. There's a lot of comedy actually. I haven't seen most of this list.
Watchmen.
Check out some of
Watchmen
them.
has
Check out Schitt's Creek, I guess.
Yeah, Watchmen has officially won for best writing in a limited series or movie at the Emmys.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. Absolutely. Just checking in to see if there's anything else. New WandaVision trailer debuted. But just like all that stuff, it's probably won't be for a while.
Saw Mandalorian has a new season coming out or something.
Yeah. It looks sick. One of those shows I definitely want to check on if I wasn't desperately trying to keep up with my movie watching. I am officially even Steven. I've seen. Let me pull it up real quick. I know it's in the 260s. Spreadsheet here. Today is Sunday, September 21st, 20th. Yeah.
20th.
September 20th is the 264th day of the year, and I've seen 264 movies. So I am all.
You're doing it.
I'm doing it, guys.
You're doing it.
Oh man, it feels good. Feels bad at the same time. Feels exhausting. But yes, I am indeed doing the thing. Yep.
Yo, I got a game.
Go ahead. Actually,
play a game. I call it the movie detail game. All right.
Let me.
I'm going to give you 3 movie details.
Okay. Let me take a piss.
And you're going to tell me which one is not true.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here we go. In the 2003 Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, when Frodo is writing the book at the end of the movie, spoiler.
Yeah.
The top page notes Samwise Gamgee was elected mayor of Hobbiton. Number 2.
Oh.
In the 1999 classic The Matrix, the way Neo and Morpheus attack each other in the dojo with the same move, opposite color schemes, form an aerial view of the yin-yang symbol.
Okay.
Number 3. In Jojo Rabbit, the imaginary Hitler offers Jojo cigarettes and is often shown eating meat, when in reality, Hitler was strongly opposed to both. Hitler was strongly opposed to both and was a vegetarian, implying Jojo knew very little about Hitler. Now, this is the movie detail game.
Right.
I just gave you 3 movie details. Tell me which one is not true.
Well, Johnny, I'll go number 1. Number 1 is not true.
The Lord of the Rings one?
Lord of the Rings is not true. Samwise Gamgee did not become mayor of Hobbiton.
That's incorrect.
What?
That is true.
It
was in the book. He wrote it in the book at the top page and noted that he was the elected mayor of Hobbiton. Also, the last chapter detailed his torrid affair with his secretary, leading to the downfall of his political career.
Hilarious. What was not true?
It was The Matrix.
They don't form a yin-yang?
While it did resemble a yin-yang, it was not an intentional thing.
Oh, you got me on a technicality,
confronted about it, the director was like, nope.
God damn it.
It was not intentional. And the Hitler thing, although he was opposed to smoking, he regularly consumed amphetamine, barbiturates.
Sure. Yes, he did.
Opiates and cocaine.
Opiates.
Oh, what a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that was fun.
Yes.
I'm going to do that more often with you. Give you more details because you watch so many movies. So
I watch all of the movies, and I should have known that.
Yeah. And I'm going to write it down. I'm gonna keep scoring. This one you got wrong, bud.
Womp, 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 womp.
I'm gonna put a big old X on it.
Yep. All right, so we're at hour 40.
I gave those 3 clues to Carrie, and she got it.
She did get it? Oh.
Yep.
Well.
Yep. I did them out of order, though.
Beginner's
Actually,
luck.
I did the Matrix one first, and she must have been like a psychological thing. Is it like some kind of thing where you always pick the first one?
I mean, I just, that I just saw them, so I feel like that was fresh in my mind. I listened to the book and watched the movies. I feel like I should have known that. Yeah. Must have just put that.
Should go back and look.
I should.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Sure, maybe. I don't know.
You're like, I'm not doing that.
I got to take a piss, and we're at 1 hour 42 minutes. So, unless you got anything else, I think that's a good place to leave it.
That was it, bud.
Awesome. All right. So, come back in a week for the movie cage match, Jake Gyllenhaal edition, Thriller edition, Zodiac versus Nightcrawler. Should be a knockdown, drag-out fight between those two.
Should be a scream at your mirror, kill someone, fun time. Woo!
Woo! So, Can I say something? I have been Damien.
I've been Deej. Go Heat!
I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.